I have got 12 months until it is my 30th birthday, and I'm doing a little mini series where every month I'm kind of updating you on something that I'm focusing on to improve, work on myself, become the best version of myself by 30. Now, I will caveat this, which I did in the other two videos. It's not like, I don't see 30 as the end of all that it is. It's just a nice timeline to work towards. It's just a nice thing to focus on for the next year. So far we've done hair, which actually is growing quite nicely. I'm leaving it alone. I don't love the colour. I would love to be blonder for summer, but I'm resisting the urge to touch it. I'm just getting a trim and like a bit of a hair care thing she does every like 8 weeks or so, just to look after the growth. And it is growing. I definitely think it's growing. I am also taking minoxidil now to help the growth. I'm doing all the right things. My hair goes through a lot because I train a lot, I sweat a lot, but I'm just determined to have good hair by next year. That is a priority. The second one was clothing, which today I failed at slightly, but that's only because I showered and I am going back to the gym later, so I am in activewear. Otherwise, I have been making a very good amount of progress in wearing more normal people clothes. I think all weekend I wore normal clothes. And do you know what? I do feel better for it. Like, even today, I showered, I put a bit of like, not makeup, but like mineral makeup on and stuff, and I've like brushed my hair, which is more than I was doing. So do you know what? We're coming a long way. Yes, right now I'm being a bit hypocritical. I am in gym clothes, but I am going to the gym, so it's fine. But generally speaking, I feel better for making more of an effort. Like, no one feels great slumping around the house working in their hoodie, as comfortable as it is. I know I don't feel my best doing that. So I know I'm doing the right thing by showing up and looking after myself a bit. Today's going to be slightly different, a bit less superficial. It's going to be my mindset. So I am someone that has invested, I don't even want to know how much money over the last decade, probably 2 decades, in my mindset. I definitely have had phases where I've been a bit too obsessed with self-improvement, and I think that can be a bit toxic in itself. And I think it's also okay to accept that we're all humans and we have flaws. The 2 things I've done: 1, gone back to therapy. And this was a big one and something I kind of was putting off, partly because therapists are very expensive these days. And partly just because I think I've done a lot of therapy in the past. I was a bit like, I don't know if I've had a range of therapists over the years for various reasons, and a lot of them have just been very good listeners, and I've just paid like 60 quid an hour just to be listened to, which is lovely. But my friends can also do that. My friends love, well, whether they love my voice notes or not, they get a lot of my voice notes and my brain dumps. I've got a great family, husband, all the things. Like, I've got people to listen to me. I need someone that's going to challenge me, I guess. And my hairdresser, actually, funny enough, gave me the recommendation. I have only had 2 sessions so far. I literally feel like he might have changed my life. It has been incredibly eye-opening. I think I've gained more in the last 2 sessions, which is good because he's expensive, but he's worth it, than the last maybe like 2 years with my old therapist. Again, loved her, cannot fault her. I've had quite a few therapists, and I've done like loads of things. Like, I did hypnotherapy, I've done mindset coaching. But this guy gets me, and he challenges me, and he asks questions, and has really made me reevaluate a lot of things, which has been really interesting and really helpful. So I think the right therapist can be a game changer. But whether you want to go out and pay for therapy or not, some other things that I'm doing that are free or very low cost is trying to get regular breath work. Now, breath work is a thing. My beautiful friend does a lot of breath work, and she teaches it, and I sort of put it to the side a little bit because it seemed a bit woo-woo for me. It has transformed my anxiety like nothing else. I'm naturally quite an anxious person. I was diagnosed with anxiety at 14. I wouldn't say I have anxiety anymore, but I would say that the life I live can be a bit stressful. Running a business can be stressful. Like, there are things that obviously bring up anxiety. And so one thing that has literally changed the game when I feel overwhelmed or anxious or just don't feel like my cup is full is breath work. If you just go on YouTube, which you're already on, obviously watch the video and subscribe first, but then go and look at other breathwork videos. I type in like 5 minute, 3 minute, 10-minute breathwork, and honestly, doing that, lying down in bed or at some point in the day if I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed, is such a game changer. Like, such a game changer. And it's free. There's also a really good app called I Breathe. That's free. I think there is a paid version, but it's free. Which reminds you every so often, and you just do literally like a 2-minute thing. And I found it really good. And it's one of those things I'm obviously, like all habits, struggling to build religiously. I don't do it every day. I would love to do it every day, but that's just not the reality. But I do find it really helps when I do it. Few other things I do is journaling. This is very low cost. I actually got given this for Christmas, so I guess for me it was free. But there's like a 6-minute diary. Again, don't do it every single day. I'm not going to preach that I do, but I do it most days. But the things that are useful in there are the great gratitude areas. I find that so many of us spend a lot of time, and I think social media and other things in our lives make us compare ourselves and our lives to everyone else's. And I'm guilty of that too. I look at all these online coaches who live in Dubai and have like a supercar, and not that I even want that life. I wouldn't even want a supercar, but obviously there's comparison there. And one thing that's really grounded me is staying grateful, focusing on gratitude. I think you have to force gratitude until it becomes a thing. And now I notice I just do have moments of gratitude. I have moments like where I'm sat there, I'm like, I'm really grateful for like my dog, my house, my life, like the weather, whatever it is, like the little things that keep me feeling grateful. But that really changes again when I feel anxious, when I feel overwhelmed, when I feel low. I find forcing myself to focus on gratitude really helpful, because again, it doesn't come naturally. I think human beings are hardwired to look at the negatives, and we're very hardwired to focus on the negatives. And actually, you sometimes have to force yourself to focus on the positives, and the more you do that, the easier it becomes. So that's two things that are very free. And the final one is hypnosis. So I did mindset coaching last year. She was incredible. If you want my recommendation, cannot fault her. She was wonderful. And I got so much from that. And it basically was sort of like hypnosis. But I went to an event in Dubai in November and got hypnotized. And it was so incredible. I guess I'm fairly open to that kind of thing because I have done a lot of different things over the years. But it really changed the game for me. Again, there's so many ones you can do on YouTube. Like the guy I use is more like a business guy. It's more like mindset stuff, more like confidence and procrastination, that kind of thing. But you can get ones around like trying to lose weight, like hypnotized to be losing weight, or hypnotized to be calmer, more present, all of the things. So again, type into YouTube. We have an amazing resource here that's free. Obviously, again, watch the video and subscribe first. But there are some really good ones out there, and I generally think they have made such a difference. Again, not going to say I do it every day because it just doesn't happen every day, but I try and do it a few times a week, and I find that really helps. So if any of you have any other ideas of things I could be improving or adding in to bulletproof my mindset, I'd be all down for that. I think as I grow, I'm realizing that my mindset is the only thing that holds me back. I think also as a woman running a big business now, as a stepmom to 5 kids, as a wife, as a dog mum, I've realised how much I cannot live my life if my cup isn't full. I literally can't. I'm already spread thin. I'm already showing up for everyone else all day, every day. And so if I don't prioritise my mindset, I'm going to be so burnt out and I'm going to be a mess by my 30th. So this one is a very important one. Follow the series, watch it along. If you have any things that you find really help your mindset, drop them in the comments below. Information for my coaching is also in my bio and in the description. But yeah, I love working on myself. I don't want this to become one of my overly self-important phases where I just get obsessed with self-improvement. But I do think your mindset literally controls everything else. It controls your habits, your belief systems, your happiness, so many areas. And nothing that anything I do, I think if it can improve my mindset, it will literally fold into everything. So make sure you're subscribed. Now go and look at the breathwork and obviously the hypnosis and all those things. And if you want any recommendations, drop me a comment below and I'll drop some over.